Family Dentistry Kickoff. We love to make you smile. Welcome back to Trent Tenney Stadium here in Wake Forest. Jay Sunhalter and Chris Hooks high above the field as Austin Riley getting set to kick for the Cougars, who have entered this matchup with the third longest winning streak in the nation, as we are just about set to start a journey here on Friday Night Rivals for 2019. Riley with his hands in the air, Stephen Wright and his squad, Cardinal Gibbons, and we're underway. Glad you could join us. Strap it on, it's time to go. Here's the kickoff return. They get it to the 20-yard line, and that'll be returned by Will Mason. Will Mason returns it to the 21-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals in a rainstorm, as one of the newcomers at quarterback is correction. That was actually Blake Raphael who returned that kick. Andrew Harvey, the quarterback in this one, making his debut, the son of Terry Harvey. See how he fares against one of the top teams in the state. First play, handoff up the middle to Ethan Hebb on the draw. He gets about 4 or 5 yards to the 26-yard line. Jack Grayson gets the first carry of the ball game. Grayson, one of the captains of this team. Grayson, 446 yards. Senior, going to really step it up as they have 4 receivers out to the far side. Again, another draw handoff to Grayson. He's got room, and he'll get into the backfield, into the secondary, all the way to the 41-yard line. And that'll be a Blue Cross and Blue Shield first down. Be confident, rather be bold, be confident, live fearless. What'd you see there?
The offensive line, veteran laden up front, 4 seniors, 1 junior. And Coach Wright, he's known for spreading out his wide receivers, a lot of 10 personnel here today, but starting off with 2 runs, he really thinks he's got an advantage up front with his offensive line here today.
Grayson, there's a late hit that comes in. No flags thrown. There's one concern as we take a look at the NC Assist Loan starting lineups. Ethan Hebb, Noble, Gill, Beestick, Grayson, extremely dangerous on the offensive side. Should be interesting to see how it all comes about here. And 2nd and about 8. Take a look at the starting lineup for Wake Forest. Deep throw, far side, just out of the reach. Incomplete. That one for Cameron Noble. And Coach Stephen Wright said prior to this one, he's going to sling it all over the field if he can.
Well, and that's something about them. No matter what the weather is, their offensive bread and butter is the passing game. Now, they've started off with some run to create some balance, but this is an offense that's really been clicking on all cylinders ever since Coach Wright came to Cardinal Gibbons. But this season, with the veteran offensive line up front, with returning starters out wide, it's going to be important for Harvey just to kind of be the point guard from the quarterback position.
There's a screen to Jacob Gill. Gill's going to be stopped well short of the first down. He's swallowed up by a host of defenders. CJ Anuha stop. So they'll force a 4th down. We'll see if they punt here. But one concern that Coach Lucas had was his front 7 coming into this one.
And only 3 returners coming back from last year's team on the defensive side, so a lot of new faces, but playing hard here. Cardinal Gibbons going for it on 4th down.
There's a bobbled snap, and it somehow ends up in the hands of Grayson. Wake Forest gets the stop. They catch a lucky break, but they were there to begin with. Chance Smith along with Cody Britt in on the stop for the Cougars as they get the turnover on down.
They stacked the defensive line, got penetration. This is tough because it's a precision timing play with the snap count, then the handoff. And Cardinal Gibbons just couldn't get it off smoothly. And then Wake Forest attacking. Good job after giving up that initial first down, getting off the field and getting good field position for the offense.
So here comes the new quarterback for Wake Forest, the transfer from Rollsville High School, Noah Douglas, 6'5", 205. And there was a penalty on Wake Forest, so they will mark that off. So they'll have to move back. An unsportsmanlike conduct call. And when I talked to Coach Lucas about Noah Douglas, he felt like that he's really ingraining himself really quickly into the team, having just started with the Cougars this summer.
Yeah, and one thing about him is his physical stature. I saw him before the game, was standing near him. He's every bit of 6'5", has a lot of room to grow, but he's a big kid, physically imposing, and I think he's going to be a star in this offense.
They called the penalty on Khalil Watson, who will get the start at wideout again. When we get a chance, we'll show the NC Assist Loan starting lineups. Pistol wing T is what the Cougars run. Here's a rollout. Douglas, he's going to keep it. And he'll go out of bounds. And about 3 or 4 out of bounds at the 46-yard line. And that's one thing that Coach Lucas talked about maybe is underestimated with Noah Douglas. As you take a look at the replay, how athletic he really is.
And this is a broken play. This is a mess up, and then he got 5 yards out of it. Whenever you can have a missed assignment, a mess up, and still get 5 yards, that's a very positive thing for this offense. And Douglas, you could see just his stride and athleticism getting outside the pocket. He can do that on the run, also throwing the ball.
There's the first handoff on the sweep. That'll be to DJ Sellers. Sellers, great numbers last year in that wing T. 1,300 plus yards, 8 touchdowns. As they'll bring up their first third down of the afternoon. Send Haywood in motion, and he is absolutely swallowed up by that Cardinal Gibbons defense, starting with Miles Harp, then John Caramanico made the stop.
And there's a missed block up front. Cardinal Gibbons getting the penetration. Now this is an offensive line. It's had some injuries in the preseason. A couple guys beat up front. Gibbons just attacking the backfield and not letting Haywood get loose.
The whistle blows. Riley actually shanked that punt. And Khalil Watson not happy with a false start. That'll push them back even further. So again, very sloppy start for both teams at this point. Understandably so, with the rain coming down. First game of the year. It's going to magnify some mistakes. He's going to make less of those today. Here's Riley's punt, much better than the warm-up one. And it'll just simply die at the 33-yard line. As Cardinal Gibbons getting pretty good field position with 8:08 remaining here in the first quarter. And the first drive by Cardinal Gibbons, what were some things you noticed that they're doing that could really cause some problems for Wake Forest?
Well, they're spreading out the field, 4 wide receiver sets, but then they're running the ball with the zone read. So I think it's going to force Wake Forest to make sure they stay in their lanes and tackle well to spread offense. But I think it also shows you the balance that Gibbons wants to play with. And Gill hasn't gotten the ball yet, but that's something I'd expect to see, especially here on this drive, to get your best playmaker the ball.
There's a quick slant to Ethan Hebb that was a little bit off. Pass incomplete, second down. Harvey again earned his way into the starting lineup. He was the backup for Nick Frey, who threw for 3,000 plus yards and is now at Colgate, who starts their season today at the FCS level. False start will be called on Cardinal Gibbons.
Something interesting, Chris, for Wake Forest. In the past, we've seen their front seven be the strength of their defense. And really this year, while that part is still developing some new guys there, it's the secondary. So I'd expect to see a lot of blitzing up front and let the secondary guys play on an island with their experience. So I don't expect a lot of heat coming on Harvey and a lot of twists and stunts. Right there, getting the penetration and a nice tackle.
And that was Khalil Watson who came in on the play. As you mentioned, the blitz. The risks that they would take on the defensive side. You exactly point that out in the replay.
And Watson coming from the safety position, so athletic. one of the best players in the whole county. Not only is he tall and rangy, defending the pass, but very physical at the line of scrimmage.
Another penalty is going to be called. False start again on Cardinal Gibbons. And both teams really having their issues here early on. See Mark Charnot, the guilty party there. So 3rd down and 22. Again, 2 to the near side. Just going to set up a screen. A little bit of room to cut that distance down a tad. Cameron Noble with his 2nd catch of the game. And a safe play to at least set up their next punt.
And Ivan Brazo, the defensive coordinator for Wake Forest, only brought forward. They played zone coverage. Good job sitting back with the screenplay and making the tackle.
They're going to quick kick it here as Khalil Watson will head back to return the punt. As Harvey shanks it out of bounds. And that'll send us to the first timeout here in the first quarter. Cardinal Gibbons, Wake Forest scoreless. You're watching Friday Night Rivals here on MyRDC.